She's our newest CompU instructor, and she's been doing our music time slots on Thursdays, and she's agreed to join us today so we can get to know her a little bit better. Good morning, Melinda.
Good
Please tell
morning.
us something about yourself that we don't already know.
I am I graduated from Purdue University with a degree in agriculture.
Agriculture. I would have never guessed.
Wow.
Did you say Purdue University?
Yes,
Excellent.
in Indiana.
So, were you interested in farming or crop or what area of agriculture interested you?
It was animal science.
Uh-huh.
And I really enjoyed learning about nutrition of animals and how to feed them so they grow
Wow.
efficiently and feed more people.
Excellent, excellent. The research in that area is just fascinating. I would have never guessed that you would have a farming type background.
Were there any other women in your class?
Oh, yes, lots.
Really? Wow.
Yes. Many people in animal science do it on their way to vet school.
Oh, okay.
Because you have to have an undergrad degree to get into vet school.
Uh-huh.
That's right.
Almost.
Wow.
Yeah. Interesting. So where are you from? Are you from Indiana then?
Yes, I was born in Indiana, in Columbus, which is a smaller town in the south central. And we moved around a lot when I was a kid, and then I finished up high school in Indianapolis. So that's what I call my hometown.
You say that you moved around a lot as a kid. Were you moving with your parents?
Yes.
Were these job related moves or
right?
Military?
My dad would change jobs or get transferred. So it was kind of like being a military kid because we moved about every 3 years.
I understand that.
And then my kids were military kids, so.
Your children that you, yes.
Right. We say my husband ran away from home and joined the Air Force.
I see. My dad was Army. So do you consider yourself from Indiana or just from Texas, or now you consider yourself from Indiana?
Yeah, I'm a Hoosier.
Okay. How long have you been in the Alvin area?
Between 3 and 4 years.
Oh, you're new here.
Yeah. When my husband retired from the Air Force, we moved here so he could work at NASA.
So he's fairly new out there then.
Right.
3 or 4 years. He came in right when they were doing all of the budget cuts, and they let the contractors go for the most part.
Yeah, he's technically a contractor.
Yes. So we can talk more about him and that hopefully next week. But I didn't realize you had only been here 3 or 4 years. So I understand that you're very involved in ministry at First Christian. So you must be a new member there.
I am. Yes, First Christian is a very small congregation, but we do a lot of work. We do the gathering place because you all know Peggy, who does your bingo. And right now I'm chairman of the board at the church.
And isn't that unusual for somebody new to get such an exalted position? How did that happen?
Well, a lot of it is because the people that have been there for years and years and years have already done it, and they were tired. And it's not really that important. You know, the Disciples Church works as a group. So I can say, okay, we're having a meeting, and then I say, what do you all think? So
it's really the board's decisions rather than the pastor, like it is in some of the other.
Right. The pastor has input, but she is not the only vote.
But the buck stops with you then for the
kind of.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. So that really surprises me that you've been here such a short period of time. How did you find First Christian Church?
I have been a disciple of Christ most of my life. And so when we move, I look for a disciples church.
And First Christian is under the Disciples of Christ umbrella.
Right.
I see.
Right. Okay. That's the denomination.
Okay, see, I thought they were related to Presbyterian because I think my son-in-law was telling me that they can have a Presbyterian minister, and it surprised me because I thought they were different. But
Yeah.
it's funny how all these are related. I mean, it's all one God, so it's okay.
Right,
It just
exactly.
surprises me that they don't have their own seminaries and things like that. That it's
Yeah.
shared. So very interesting. What ministries do you participate in over at First Christian other than gathering
Well,
place?
I'm the song leader, so I
Oh,
lead the music on Sundays.
I did not know that.
Yes.
Okay.
And I do like the announcements and things on Sunday mornings.
Yes.
It's because I'm already standing up front for singing.
I see. So
And we tried to have a craft ministry, but we're just too small.
I understood you were doing the kitchen, the
Yes.
food ministry for Gathering Place, and
Right.
you run the kitchen for the other events that the church has also.
Sometimes we take turns. We have a fellowship ministry that, before the virus, everybody would gather once a month for lunch after church.
Yes, yes.
And that ministry was in charge of that food. I did more food at my old church.
I see, I see. So yes, that has changed because of the virus. So you said that you're the song leader. Do you play any musical instruments?
I play clarinet
Oh,
and I play
wonderful.
piano badly.
Okay. But clarinet was your instrument of choice then?
It was from 4th grade, and I played all the way until I graduated college.
I was wondering if you had played in high school and just carried it on. Do you ever play anymore?
No, I haven't
Not
played
around
in a
the
long
house,
time.
or you don't have time. Okay.
Yeah, right.
I imagine your board work takes up a lot of your time right now.
Yeah, we're working, it's the end of the year, so we're working on the budget and all that stuff.
I see, I see. Do you pursue any art or craft type items also?
I am a knitter.
You are?
And-
What do you knit?
Well, right now I'm working on a baby blanket. I don't know if you all can see it.
Oh, look at
Oh,
that.
beautiful.
Putting the border on it,
Wow,
that's the
that is
green.
beautiful.
Wow.
And I spin yarn, and I'm
Oh.
kind of a beginner weaver.
Oh,
Oh
and
my
you
Already got all
goodness.
my looms, so they haven't been put back together yet.
okay, so you spin yarn also?
Right.
Does that involve making the threads into the long piece of yarn that you use
Right. You
for
start with
making
wool from a sheep.
Oh, you go to the basics.
You can spin cotton, although I find it difficult. I'm not very good at it.
And you have your own wheel
Mhm.
for
Yes.
doing this? Where do you get your raw materials from? I don't think
You
you
can
have
buy
to
them
go
off
down.
the
Oh, you
internet.
buy
Yarn
them.
stores sometimes sell them. You
Okay.
can buy a raw fleece from a farmer or from a store. I haven't
Wow.
started all the way at the sheep yet.
Wow, I had no idea. Tell me, how did you become a Gathering Place volunteer?
My church and Peggy Crampota.
Uh-huh.
She just kind of kept inching me in, and she let me do the kitchen. And then she said, well, you really ought to be a real volunteer. Here's the paperwork. And then I think she told Brenda to call me about singing.
I see, I see. Were
So
you
they
involved?
just keep pulling me in.
I see. Were you involved in any different ministries with senior citizens in your last community?
No, not really. I
Not-
haven't.
Okay.
This is my first dedicated. Previous, my last church, mainline Protestants are generally all older, but I mostly just fed people there.
Okay. Ministry through the stomach. Very good. I notice sometimes when we have meetings that your Zoom box doesn't say Melinda Kaye. It says, what is it? Llama Mama or Dalai Lama or
Yeah,
something.
no.
What is
It's
that?
actually Yama. I think it's Yama. It's
Yama.
Latin for flame, because
Yama.
my son named it because I'm a Calgary Flames hockey fan.
Oh, cool.
The word, you are saying llama like the animal, right?
Right,
And you're
right.
saying that that means flame
In Latin.
in Latin. I didn't
Right.
know that. Okay, interesting. So I was wondering if you could ever raise any animals or anything like that.
No, you know, when you're in the Air Force and you move every 3 years, big animals are really hard to move.
That's right. So
So
you have your
I
cat.
haven't. I do like them, and llamas have actually very soft fiber.
That
If
would
you
make a
ever
wonderful
get,
blanket, wouldn't it?
if you ever get yarn from a llama, it's very soft.
Yes, yes. So tell us about the pets that you have now.
Right now, I have 6 cats at my house.
Indoors?
Yeah,
Oh my,
one, I know, that's a lot of litter boxes.
that's a full-time
One
job.
lives upstairs by herself, and one lives in my son's room. It belongs to him, and the other 4 are just sort of loose.
And they're all tame, I assume, if they're indoor cats.
Yeah.
How did you become the cat lady?
Well, it started with 2 from a book fair at school that my kids talked me into. And then 2 of the ones I have now belong to my friend that lived with me, and so when she died, I got her cats. And one cat was a military cat, and the parents were moving to Germany and they couldn't take her. And one cat was a friend's cat, and she was allergic, and so she came to our house. And then one was a kitten that was too crazy for my daughter's apartment.
Oh my
And
goodness.
now there's a stray out in my yard who wants to adopt me, but I don't think she can stay.
Well, you just have to keep your door closed. No extra cats. So, did you have 6 cats before the virus hit?
Yes,
Yes.
they've all been here. 2
Oh.
of them used to go outdoors, but one got in a big fight, and it's too expensive to fix a cat that's been beaten up by somebody. So now they stay inside.
Yes.
Oh, you mean fix as in stitches and that kind of thing. I thought you meant fix as in the.
Oh, no.
Okay.
They're all neutered. All of mine are neutered.
That is responsible. So how has your life changed since the virus came upon us?
I stay home more, but I didn't go out that much beforehand, so it wasn't all that different.
Mm-hmm.
I was still seeing my kids. My oldest son lives way up in the woodlands, and so I've only recently been able to get together with him. He also has an autoimmune disease, so we're very careful.
So,
but other than that, not a lot.
You mentioned your daughter also. Is she in this area then?
Yes, she lives nearby, and she has my only grandson.
I was going to ask about the grandchildren next.
Yep,
How old is
just
your
one.
grandson?
He's 16 months old.
16 months.
Oh,
Oh my
wow.
goodness. So have you gotten to see him, or does he have
Yes.
to stay away from grandma?
Yeah.
Okay. And you
We've
said
been getting together since it started. We just kind of made our own family group.
very good. I wish we had done that. I wish we had our own little bubble to quarantine together with. The people who've done that seem to be very happy and well adjusted.
It's a lot easier.
Everyone's circumstances are different as to
Yes.
whether you're able to get out or have people into your home and that kind of thing. You mentioned that your son has an autoimmune disease. Because of that, are you more cautious about the virus with you, or just more cautious when you visit him?
Just in general, he's had to stay home. So we recently, the 3 of us, my husband and I and he, have gotten together sometimes, but we're very careful.
Meaning you wear mask and do you
Yeah.
social distance then, even with
We just don't go out places together. So we go to his home and.
Okay, and being up in the woodlands, it takes an hour to get there or more, so I understand that.
Yeah.
And then you said that your daughter is local, so do you have the 2 children then?
I have 3.
3, tell me about the 3rd one.
My middle child just graduated from college with a degree in acting.
Acting?
Cool.
Yeah. And, you know, theaters aren't actually functioning right now. So he's living at home.
With you?
And yes,
Oh, interesting. It's so nice that you've got an extra person there right now.
right. Yeah.
Feeding all those cats.
Yes, right.
Put that one on litter box duty.
And petting them and vacuuming.
Okay, so acting, very interesting. So I imagine that you went to all of the plays when he was going through, going through college and high school, and
Most of them.
your social life revolving around your kids' activities. Very,
Yes.
very good. So I'm glad that you do get to see one all the time, one some of the time, and one on occasion.
Yeah.
So that's great. I haven't gotten to see my kids because one's 1,000 miles one direction and the other's 1,000 miles the other direction. And
Yeah.
we're just not traveling right now.
Right. Yeah.
So where would you say that your strengths lie as a person who has, developed her own hobbies and interests mostly at home, I think?
I am a good doer. I'm not very good at thinking up ideas. Like with the gathering place, Peggy thinks up the ideas, and then she can say to me, I need you to do this and this and this.
Mm-hmm.
Or I can figure out how to implement something. Those have always been more my strengths than imagining things.
So it sounds like you are the kind of person who's very easy to work with then, because you don't want to be the chief or be the one in control. So
Well, unless I'm in the
that's a
kitchen.
great volunteer, I tell you.
Yeah.
Yes. That is a very, very good strength to have, is to be able to follow in a way where you don't have to be the boss. You don't have to be in control. And I wish I could learn how to let go. Maybe I can take some lessons from you.
Well, yeah. Yeah, you can think them up and tell me what to do.
That is great. That is great. Now, I know that you traveled quite a bit with your birth family, with your father changing jobs frequently, and then with your married family, with your husband being in the Air Force. Where did you live with your husband and kids?
Our first base was in Delaware. So I was saying it's the second smallest state.
Oh, cool.
And then we moved to San Antonio and Wichita, Kansas, and we lived in North Dakota, in Minot, North Dakota, which was just about our favorite place.
Wow, I didn't realize there was an Air Force base there. I did not.
And then we went to Houston. My husband was the Air Force liaison at NASA.
Yeah. I see.
So we lived here before. Then we went to Ohio. And then
Where
Oklahoma.
in Ohio were you?
In Ohio?
Uh-huh.
Wright Pat Air Force Base in Dayton.
In Dayton, okay.
Yeah. It's about an hour from Cincinnati.
My daughter lived in Dark County, so we're familiar with the Dayton area.
Right.
In Greenville, which is just a beautiful, beautiful part of the country. And it's so sparsely populated, and you will not find all of the big box stores that you find here. And
right.
It's a nice place to raise kids.
It is.
So, can you tell me about some of your favorite places that you've gone to for vacations?
We got to vacation in England and Wales and Scotland.
Tell me about that.
Many years ago. We called it our Capital, Cathedral, and Castle tour. Because we went to London and Edinburgh and Cardiff. And the history, America is a very young country. But we went to a cathedral where they'd been having services continuously for over 1,000 years.
Wow.
And it's just a whole different feeling. It's really interesting.
Did you see any of the Scottish military parades?
No, we didn't get to see the tattoo. I wish we could.
That's what I was going to ask you about, the tattoo, which for those of you who may not know, a tattoo is a Scottish military parade, not a ink decoration on a body. And it's a big, big deal. They go all out. I would probably compare it to Mardi Gras in New Orleans, the tattoos. And So, and I guess they've been done for 1,000 years now or something. So interesting history. Well, very good, very good. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Melinda.
thank
I
you.
wanted to ask you one more thing.
Mhm.
Do you go by Melinda or Melinda Kaye or Mindy, or what do most people call you?
My friends from childhood call me Kay.
Kaye.
And then when I got older, I switched to Melinda, and then it got very confusing. So I say Melinda Kaye. I have a friend that calls me Mel, and I sometimes abbreviate my name just MK,
Okay.
just initials.
That's easy with the MK. So Kay is not a maiden name at all then.
No, it's my middle name.
Okay, I wanted to ask you about that.
I was named after a weather girl, Kay Fields. I think my dad liked her.
A weather girl.
She was on TV
You
in
mean the one on
Indianapolis.
television who stands there on the green background, and yeah, and I always thought that would be an interesting job to have. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you at Music Time.
Thank you for having me.
On Thursday, and I
And I'll
hope
see you Thursday.
that we get a chance to talk to your husband hopefully next week. I'll be in touch. So
Don't forget to send in your favorite songs.
that's
That's
right.
right. Yes.
Right. I know that Brenda has been collecting them. So we're in for a fun time on
That'll
Thursday.
be fun.
I think that's going to be a lot of fun.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and close with Melinda right now. And you can take just a couple of minutes